got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz.
What?
What's up, how gangster are you, cuz?
Hey.
I don't fuck with you cuz you disrespecting me. I don't fuck with you cuz you disrespecting me.
I go hard, cuz. Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing good today. So we got a lot to get into. Let me make sure all my screens are up. So this is gonna be kind of a different show. Y'all like the pink? Thank you. Pretty in pink today. But I hope everybody's doing good. Happy Thursday. This has been a crazy, literally 48 hours. Like my phone has not stopped blowing up. It's been a lot going on. So the other day we had did a call-in show. I tried to get the audio. We talked to the streaming company. The audio is just lost, whatever. They couldn't find it. So I was like, F them. I'm over this. So we're going to do the call-in show via YouTube. But it's going to be via Zoom because when we've done it through Blog Talk Radio, half the people are sitting there listening. They're not actually wanting to talk. So I don't have time to keep going through, are you going to talk or, next caller. So with Zoom, it's easier. I can see whose hands up and then you can speak. We're not going to start taking calls until like maybe 30, 40 minutes into the show. I will show the Zoom on the screen. So you'll see Zoom on the screen. And then at that point, we'll start taking calls. So if you want to speak on Zoom, I posted the link in the chat. And I think Marquise also posting the link as well. So everybody we have like over, I think like 80 people in Zoom right now. So everybody who's sitting in Zoom, it's muted right now. Just watch me on YouTube. And then when we start taking calls, y'all can, still watch me on YouTube, but just go to Zoom. Once you come on to speak, make sure you mute your YouTube page. So whatever YouTube platform you're watching me on, like your iPad or computer, mute that page and just talk to me via Zoom. Hope that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to get the show started. It is a lot going on. So before we get started, though, I want to talk about everything that just broke with that bull-legged weirdo, Justin. He just got found guilty. So this just came through. He was found guilty of participating to kill young Dolph. I'm hoping the next people who are going to be getting pulled in on a RICO, hopefully Yo Gotti, hell, at this point, Angela Simmons. Because I feel like her wearing that pistol purse was trying, you know what I'm saying? She was like low-key sending a signal. So now I'm curious to know, what all did she know? Because that's usually not your style, pastor's daughter. Now you out here toting pistol purses and shit. Did you know that your man was behind this bullshit with young Dolph? Sounds like she did know a little something. But anyways, let's go ahead. This is the jury coming back with the verdict. So let me share my screen really quick here. Give me just a second. Okay, here we go. So we're going to watch what they are saying to Justin Johnson here.
Jury find the defendant guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder as charged in count 1 of the indictment. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in count 2 of the indictment. And we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of convicted felon in possession of a firearm as charged in count 3 of the indictment.
Thank you. Juror number 1, is that your verdict? Juror number 34, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 35, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 11, is that your verdict? Yes. Juror number 14, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror number 17, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror number 27, is that your verdict?
It is, Your Honor.
Juror number 33, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 25, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 44, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 23, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Juror number 28, is that your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again for your time and attention to this matter this week. Our system of self-government would not work without your service and sacrifice that you've made. Thanks again for your time and attention. You are excused.
Jurors excused.
All right, so as you guys see, he's been found guilty. Now, this entire situation is crazy because, like I said, basically what CMG did and Big Juke is find two crash dummies, okay? It's almost like they wanted young Dolph, they wanted these two guys to sacrifice young Dolph's life in order to, bump up CMG because that was CMG's biggest rival. And these two crash dummies basically were sent on a crash mission, and the one only got $800. He's supposed to get $100K. He helped take young Dolph's life for just $800. So it just shows you like just how evil people are, and the fact that he really thought this was going to be his way into the music game, that once he took out young Dolph, he'd be signed and, live happily ever after. Like the shit just made no sense. And like I said, I remember that page clocking his tea literally like within 48 hours of the murder. And he was on there arguing with people, cussing folks out, talking about we was hating on him and we just want to, bring a black man down. And everything that page was saying was absolutely correct. Your bull-legged ass was the shooter. Your dumb ass walked around in the same outfit, the whole day. So I guess now he has access to social media still. So this is what he just wrote on Instagram on his Straight Drop account. Because if y'all don't know, he's also a struggle rapper. So let me go ahead and show y'all this. So he said, these niggas taking criminal responsibility. I'm taking street responsibility. Regardless, I'm forever the biggest. They can throw away the keys before I ever eat the cheese. So basically still trying to big himself up and say, he's not no snitch. He's going to do his time. And, all this sounds cute right now. It's all this social media bravado. But, let's see him 10 years from now. Because nobody is going to put money on your books. I'm sure most of your family is going to turn from you just because this was such a high-profile case. And you'll be lucky if you can survive prison because young Dolph had a lot of people who really wrote for him. I mean, let's keep it real. Damn near everybody who was involved in this shit got hit. His peoples weren't on Instagram, posting RIPs. They were sliding for Dolph. Look how many people got killed behind this situation. So while he's thinking it's cute, and I'm not a snitch and all this and that, you're still an idiot because you allowed Yo Gotti and his brother to use you to kill another black man, and now you've been taken away from your own child, your own daughter. So this entire situation is it's insane. And the fact, and a lot of people are saying like, Cornelius, he's a snitch, but I'm glad Cornelius snitched. That's what they get. He did something based off of getting paid. You choose not to pay him. He done got caught. He's going to tell it all. Why he doesn't, there's no loyalty in the streets. And that's what people need to realize. There's absolutely no loyalty. People will burn you. People will lie. There's no rules to the streets. So they chose not to pay him the $100K. He's telling everything he knows, as he should. Imagine doing a murder and they give you $800. That's a big dip compared to $100K. So I just hope that all the people involved, because of course it's easier to put everything on a dead man, right? Because, dead man tells no tales. Big Juke is dead. But again, I don't care. Big Juke was doing one solid for his little brother. He was looking out for Yo Gotti. And I think all this stuff would not have come about if it wasn't for Yo Gotti's ego and him being upset that young Dolph did not want to sign to him. And my thing is, I never understand why an artist would want to sign to another artist, especially while that artist is still in the game. They're not going to give you any shine. That is why Diddy is in the situation he's in with a lot of his artists. He wants to be the star. So is he really going to push your project like that? No. That's why he's in all the videos, he's singing, and he's, adding ad-libs on all the tracks because he secretly wants to be the artist. So that was like the smartest thing that young Dolph didn't want to sign to CMG. So, and I feel bad because they do have a lot of talented people over there like Glorilla and others, but I think this should definitely turn into some type of RICO case. I don't think it should just end with these two crash dummies. I think everybody who was involved needs to go to jail because that man lost his life behind some nonsense. So I think the whole situation is just crazy. So now let me go ahead. Let's talk about this Cardi B mess here. So yesterday, and they're still trending, Cardi B, Offset, this was insane. So last night, Cardi B took to live and she just started going off on Offset. Her and Offset were going back and forth. And basically, he's saying that Cardi B had sex while pregnant with his baby with some other guy. And she basically admitted to doing just that. So let me go ahead and pull this up here. Give me just a second. Hold up. Hold up. All right. Let me unmute this. So we're going to watch this child, this hot mess. All right.
Threat me with taking shit that I fucking work my ass off for. You want to play those games with me? We're going to play them games too. We're going to play them games too. Since you want to fucking threat me, talking about you want to take my shit? You want to take my shit because I'm moving on? Move on. Move on. Why can't you move on? Why can't you move on? It's no fun when mama got the gun, right? It's no fun when I'm slanging pussy, right? Now we're going to court war, right? And I told you, get off my phone. Give a fuck. I'm tired. You want to threat me with, yo, when I tell you these niggas ain't shit, please believe me. They gonna fuck on anything. These niggas way too easy. Good for nothing, low down dirty dog. I'm convinced. Next time you see your mama, tell her how she raised a bitch. I'm going out. Sorry, cause it's hot out. You was playing games. You on timeout. Where them fine niggas? I'm trying to find niggas. I've been cuffed up too long. Let me remind niggas. Yo, when I tell you these niggas ain't shit, please believe.
Let me unmute myself. Okay, so Offset is in the comment section. He says, you fuck with a baby inside. Tell the truth. So she came back and said, and did. So basically confirming that she had sex with somebody while pregnant with this latest baby. Then she says, a hurt nigga will do the unthinkable. You know who else was in her comment section? Tamar Braxton. I said, bitch, ain't you beefing with your white king? Why are you here? You got your own set of issues while you up in Cardi B's comment section trying to root her on. You need to figure out what's going on with you and Jeremy. So let me see here. What else? And they were going back and forth a little bit longer. Okay, here goes another. Somebody says, don't worry, Cardi. God is going to show out for you. She says, please, God, cover me from evil. I see. Then she says, oh, baby, trying to side with the ops is never a good look. You know I started talking to niggas on June 24th. Didn't I tell you I would spill my own tea? And then Offset writes, cap. So they literally went back and forth on social media the whole night. There was another video, too. Let me see. Where she was talking about how he's like fucking on other bitches and all this other stuff, child. This might be it. Let me see.
Funny that niggas think that they could fuck on anything.
Yeah, this is
But when I start talking to niggas, you want to play those games with me? We're going to play them games too. We're going to play them games too. Since you want to fucking threat me, talking about you want to take my shit? You want to take my shit because I'm moving on? Move on. Move on. Why can't you move on? Why can't you move on? It's no fun when mama got the gun, right? It's no fun when I'm slanging pussy, right? Now it's not.
There was another one in here. Also, these memes been cracking me up. Let me see. Anyways, they just literally went back and forth all night. All night going back and forth. I'm like, if y'all don't wrap this shit up. And then she started trending. Because then, of course, the bars were working overtime. So this tweet went viral. And it says, you cheated on me years after years, my nigga. The only difference is you got caught. I didn't. you would be even more butthurt if you knew the relationship me and Takeoff had before he passed. R.I.P. to the only real nigga from the group. I miss those nights. So when this went viral, people were pissed. And at first, I'm like, what the fuck? Why is Takeoff even being brought into this? But it was proven to be fake. The Barbs, of course, you know, they're going to jump on the bandwagon and keep shit going and, you know, add more fuel to the fire. You know, in my personal opinion, this is all nonsense. At the end of the day, outside of everything, why is this being brought to social media? Like, it doesn't make any sense. If y'all want to break up, separate, that's y'all's business. But y'all are forgetting that there's children involved. There are children involved that are going to see this, that are going to hear about it. She just had a baby not even 2 weeks ago. It's like, you know, if y'all don't want to be together, that's fine. But why sit on social media and, you know what I'm saying, expose each other, go back and forth? It's just tacky. And there's just certain things, I don't know. That's just the type of person I am. If I was fucking on somebody while I was pregnant, I'm going to just keep that tea to myself. That ain't for the whole social media to know. You know, and I get she's hurt. She wants to, you know, stick it to Offset. But at the end of the day, like, both of y'all are out here looking crazy, going back and forth. Offset has no right to even be upset. Because for a while, we was calling him off-cheat. Because he kept cheating so much. And it's always funny, like I always say, when a female pulls a him on them, they get upset. When you do the same thing that they've been doing to you, then all of a sudden you're the bad guy, and you know you should think about being a mother and a wife and no. Well, did you think about being a husband and a good baby daddy? No, off-cheat, you didn't. I think they both need to just simmer down. This is just, it's insane. It's silly. And it's immature. Both of y'all are grown. Y'all in y'all's 30s. She just celebrated another birthday. Y'all have a brand new baby. That should be the only focus right now. If y'all are not going to be together, go y'all separate ways. But all this blasting each other and telling each other's business, and all people are doing on social media is basically eating it up. They don't give a damn about y'all's relationship like that. They're eating it up. It's something else for them to pick on her about, that she'll be upset and ranting about. So it's like, I think personally they should have just kept this off the internet. It just does not make any sense. And especially now that people are making fake tweets, you know, like all day Takeoff has been trending because of this fake tweet, and people are thinking that she really slept with Takeoff. And she came out and she addressed it and she said that it was a lie. But you know, the truth is juicier. Nobody cares about the truth. I mean, the lie is juicier. Nobody cares about the truth. They're going to run with that lie. People still think that that tweet is real. So, yeah, the Barbs are eating this shit up. That's the thing. I wouldn't give the Barbs no type of fuel. They're eating up like a motherfucker. Yeah, this is insane. It was all good just a week ago. I don't know what happened. Here goes some pictures somebody was posting. Hold on. I said it was all good just a week ago. That was him and her when she was pregnant. That was the baby they just had. You know. Again, he's definitely feeling away. But I think she has every right to move on. You know, she wants to find somebody better and be in a new relationship. She has that right because she did try to hold him down for years. You know what I'm saying? Got into it with her fans behind him, defending him, looked out for him, put him on her songs. She's done a lot to try and keep her marriage. And it's like once a woman is fed up, they're fed up. But the thing is, be fed up in private. This shouldn't be playing out on social media because, again, there are kids involved. And regardless of the situation, the kids don't need to see you calling their daddy a bitch ass nigga and all this other stuff. You know, there's children involved. You know, he doesn't need to be on social media acting like she's a hoe and she's capping and all this other stuff. Like, nobody's thinking about the children in this. Go to court, get y'all's custody dispute on, you know what I'm saying, break up y'all's marital assets and move on. Because this relationship seems like it's been done for a while. But I just think, like, you know, going about it in the way that they're going about it is not a good look, in my personal opinion. Yeah, he damn sure wasn't thinking about the kids. But what I'm saying is that social media is not thinking about the kids either. They're using this as just, you know what I'm saying, tea and popcorn. So it's like, at the end of the day, why put it out there? The kids have to see this as they get older. And it's not a good look. If you're going to break up and y'all going to go through y'all's motions, do it behind closed doors. It didn't need to be on social media. But like I said, he has no business being upset about her wanting to move on and find somebody else when it seems like he's with somebody new every other month. You know, he clearly been cheating and doing what he wants to do. But now he's upset that she wants to move on. But I think telling everybody that you were having sex with somebody else while pregnant, I'd have took that one to the grave. Just my personal opinion, child. I'd have took that one with me to the grave. That would not have been on social media. Gifted 5 Lovelyti memberships. Thank you so much, Valerie. Appreciate you. So the first 5 people who signed up for the membership, Valerie gifted y'all. D. Aceto says, another live. We're not worthy. Today she got time, cuz. Thank you so much for the super chat, sis. Appreciate you. Miss A sent 10. Says, hey, T, love the pink. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday, Miss A. Thank you so much for coming through, sis. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Shelby Kiana sent 99, says, glad to see you, TT. I just found out I caught COVID at work. At least, hold on, from the hospital I work at. And you going live makes my day feel better. By the way, pink is my favorite color. Thank you so much. I hope you get better, too. I heard C19 is back, honey. So definitely take care of yourself. And thank you so much for checking in. Let's see here. Brown Girl says, hello, T. I've been watching you for years. I love your commentary. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis. Thanks for checking in. Michael Hollis. Okay, what's up, Luther's boy? He sent $49.99. Says, come on, Black Barbie. You look absolutely stunning this evening. Keep hurting them and dropping tea on Diddy and his downfall. See you next Friday. Definitely, and thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I've been keeping my damn foot on Diddy's neck. I'm telling you, as I'm getting information, I'm making content on it. I'm staying on top of it. Suge Knight said so much yesterday. Chris Cuomo didn't know what to do with that interview. I wish I would have been the one interviewing Suge Knight. I need to make that happen because I know somebody that knows Suge Knight. Maybe they can get me in touch with him, because I think I would do a way better interview with Suge Knight. He was saying some real stuff, and Chris didn't know how to take it because, again, Chris is still corporate. So he's trying to walk on eggshells. He doesn't want to piss off his advertisers and corporate media, but he still kind of wants that street tea. But it was a lot of stuff that Suge Knight was saying. He was dropping some gems, and I didn't like the fact that Chris was trying to dismiss it. Like, he made a really good point. He said, you got to think about how Diddy used to look. And, his teeth didn't used to look like that. He was skinny, scrawny. And Chris Cuomo took it as, okay, well, he had plastic surgery. What's the big deal? That's not what he's alluding to. We all know he's had work done. What he's saying is that when you have somebody who was never that guy or girl, right? And then they get into a position of power, it gets to their head. They go crazy. Now they're fixing stuff. Remember when he first came out, Diddy couldn't close his mouth. Who remembers the old Puff Daddy? He used to be talking like this. He couldn't even close his motherfucking mouth. Hey, y'all, this Puff Daddy. He looked like Jamie Foxx and Wanda. He had them big-ass teeth. He couldn't close his mouth. Funny looking. Nobody knew if he was American or half Somali or nobody. Remember the old Puffy? It ain't just me. Okay? He went and got them veneers. He got a little bit thick. Started working out. He used to look like a damn Ethiopian back in the day. And that's what Suge was saying. Like, Suge was always that dude. He was tall, buff, handsome. You know what I'm saying? People respected him. He played football. Diddy was not that guy. So once he got power, it went to his head. And especially when he could start fixing stuff. He fixed his teeth, fixed his lips, got a hair transplant. Started looking somewhat more presentable. But let me pull up some old pictures of Diddy when he couldn't close his damn mouth. Diddy in the 90s. Because the Diddy of today don't look like the Diddy of yesteryear. I'm going to tell y'all that now. Let's go ahead and pull this up. I mean, he couldn't close his mouth back in the day. Skinny, scrawny looking. There we go. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Who remembers the Diddy of yesteryear? Look at that. He could never close his mouth. He never was that guy. See, here he is with Biggie. Mouth. He couldn't close his mouth. Couldn't close his mouth. He was never that dude. That is what, look at him right here. Mace was always handsome. We're not going to do that. Mace always looked good. Diddy was not that guy. So that's what Suge Knight was trying to say. And Chris Cuomo's goofy ass was like, okay, well, if he decides to get plastic surgery, that's not a big deal. That's not what he's saying. He's basically saying that he was not that guy in the 90s, and he put himself around people who were, you know what I'm saying, who had that charisma. You know what I'm saying? He basically siphoned people's energy and their swag, and he just mimicked it. That's why he was so obsessed with Tupac. Remember, Tupac said, now it's all about Versace. You copy my style. 5 shops couldn't stop me. I took it and smiled. That was a shot towards Diddy. Diddy wasn't dressing like that. Biggie wasn't dressing like that. They were watching everything that Tupac was doing and was copying Tupac's swag. So Suge Knight was making a lot of really good points. And then he got to talking about the damn egg. Now, you see, when he got to talking about that egg ritual, Chris Cuomo got real uncomfortable. He said that in the industry, they do something. Oh, we got over 10,000 people in here. Shout out to y'all. He said in the industry, they do something called an egg ritual, where they want to know if you're ready. And they make people bend over and they put a hard-boiled egg up their ass. Suge Knight said it ain't never happened to him, but Chris Cuomo tried to change the subject so quick. So quick. Did y'all peep that when he talked about the egg ritual? Now, remember, when I did the video yesterday, Clive Davis was out here acting like Mariah Carey. When they said, hey, Clive, do you know, what do you think about the Diddy situation? He wanted to act all old and senile, see no evil, hear no evil. He didn't know who the fuck Diddy was. Well, after Suge Knight's interview, all of a sudden, Clive Davis's people are doing damage control. Go ahead and pull this up here. Give me just a second. See if I can find it. His people's released a notice because Suge Knight called out Clive Davis, Andre Harrell, and many others, and Jimmy Iovine. Let me see here if I can find it. And then they brought Ray J back. I don't know why Ray J keeps going on Chris Cuomo's show. Then Ray J came back to talk about it. Trying to see if I can find, okay, where is it at? Let's see. Trying to see if I can find the article. Well, I know Chris Cuomo read it. He read it on the show because he was like, Clive Davis's people spoke out. Let me see. I think it's on this video.
So let's bring.
But I don't, let me see if I can find the timestamp. Because he reads, okay, is this it? Yeah, here it is. I found it. Let me share this. Clive Davis's people. Now, I remember when they were asking Clive, do you know Diddy? He was playing crazy, put that damn big-ass Cocker Spaniel on his lap and rolled up the window. Yeah, I remember that video I showed y'all yesterday. Now, all of a sudden, his peoples know Diddy. Now that Suge Knight is talking, his peoples are scrambling to clear it up. So we're going to watch this clip really quick here. Pull this up here real quick.
Ever happened. Clive is a mentor to artists, and in keeping with this, never ever condone any such inappropriate behavior. Specifically, doesn't mean he's not telling the truth. Mr. Knight's assertions about Clive Davis are 100% false. Nothing of the sort ever happened. Clive is a mentor to artists, and in keeping with this, never ever condone any such inappropriate behavior. Specifically, Rob, Suge Knight suggests that P. Diddy wasn't just taught things by his mentors, he was abused by them. And that his behaviors are a function of hurt people hurting people.
Yeah, he said it last night. I was watching the show at home, Chris. It was an amazing thing to reveal. I've got a
Look at Ray J. Ray J looks uncomfortable as hell. Ray J looks scared. He looks uncomfortable. He got that three-piece double-breasted suit on. Look like he in court. Ray J look like a hoe in church. Sweating. Why Ray J keep coming on this man's show? He look like he nervous. It's like he's trying to get in front of the story. Somebody said Ray J on them tapes. He looked nervous as hell. He got that damn tie tied all the way up here and shit. And you know he cool with Clive Davis. You know what I'm saying? Whitney Houston. Okay? I don't know why Ray J keeps, coming out. Ain't nobody else talking. Ray J is steadily coming out, trying to get his face out there. It's almost like he's trying to get ahead of everything. This is the second time he's been on this show. Somebody said he's giving deer in headlights. Let's see if he talks. We're going to listen some more. Hold on.
agree here with Ray J. Shug knows this world. So is he larger than life? Might he exaggerate? Maybe. I think a lot of people probably do. But fundamentally, this is his world. If he told me something, I'd be very happy using him as a source, as an insider. I trust what he says. And so he was particularly around when Diddy was growing up in the business. He didn't just come out as being P. Diddy. He started small and he got bigger and bigger. Shug was around during those years. So that stuff I would guess.
Ray J looks about to pass out. Ray J looks like he is about to pass out, like he's trying to hold his composure. Oh my gosh, breathe, Ray J, breathe.
Overall, maybe not specifically, is pretty accurate.
But Rob, you were his publicist. You were around him, not, after dark deep or whatever, they're calling P. Diddy's, other activities. But how would you have never heard this type of allegation that he was going after underage people? He was having, all kinds of sex with.
I really didn't. When I was with him, he probably was by design. He kept his inner circle really, really small.
I to understand that.
Well, first off, I want to say I have a lot of respect for Clive Davis. He's somebody that's inspired us all in the music game.
Okay, so we about to listen to what I was trying to scroll forward so I could see what Ray J had to say. So you see he's nervous. Now he's about to talk about Clive. I have a lot of respect for him. So we're going to listen to what Ray J has to say.
Game. And I think that in this situation, people are quitting. You see a lot of people stepping down from their executive positions in music. And I think a lot of people are tying that up with Diddy. We don't know exactly why everybody is quitting or why everybody's quiet. But I can say this, a lot of celebrities in this power come from environments where they think certain ways of doing business, cutthroat, disrespectful, shady, chasing fast money, these are normal because, they saw their mentors do it. I mean, Diddy did it, even Shug, and so even though they're learning on the fly, but they're also mimicking the executives above them that they learn from. So, I think we have to break that cycle and keep following a new blueprint, and that's evolving instead of ending up in the same place, broken, bad relationships, in jail or worse.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to
Ray J out here trying to give them PC answers, child. He was looking so nervous sitting there until it's time for him to talk. So that whole situation is it's crazy. It is. So now they're saying that basically Diddy is going to testify. So this was breaking news today. So let me go ahead and pull this up here. They're saying that he wants to testify in court. But before this, what's very interesting, if you guys do not know, so his lawyer is speaking out about the situation with the baby oil. He did another interview with TMZ. So he's talking about that. But also, a lot of people's names are not being brought forward with this whole Diddy situation. And they're saying that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, they might have split up because now Ashton Kutcher's name is being brought up in the Diddy allegations. Because if you guys don't know, in the 2000s, they were really close. They met, I think, during the Punk'd era, and they used to run around together. It was always Jamie Foxx, Ashton Kutcher, and Diddy. And they were calling themselves the new Rat Pack. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people have been going back to like old clips of Ashton Kutcher. And so now they're saying that Mila Kunis might be splitting from him. But my thing is, why would she be splitting from Ashton now when you guys both defended Danny Masterson with all the heinous shit that he did? So, I mean, don't jump ship now. You was just rocking with Danny. So let's go ahead and watch this clip here real quick of the whole Ashton Kutcher debacle. Give me just a second here.
Has been put under a magnifying glass following the rapper's arrest. But here's why. Photos resurfaced online of Ashton with Diddy, as well as videos in which he discussed the duo's friendship and made comments about the rapper's parties. In 2019, while doing an appearance on Hot Ones, the That 70s Show star said the two had become fast friends.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over Punk'd, because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends, and we used to just hang out, watch football together. And he came over, and I was like, I'm going for a run. He's like, oh, I'll go for a run with you. And so he comes over to go for a run. About halfway through the run, he's like, yo, I'm running out of gas right now. But we had like paparazzi all around us at the time. He's like, you gotta slow down but make it look like you're not slowing down.
Because he had to
I don't want to look like I'm not gonna be able to finish this.
We don't give a fuck about this running story. We asked you what happened at the Diddy party. You see how they'll do this mush mouth where they'll just change the subject? He said, what happened at the Diddy party? Oh, I can't tell you that one. Damn, I can't tell you that one either. Well, one day me and Diddy was running up the street. We don't want to hear about y'all running. We don't give a damn about you and Diddy running. We want to know, did you see some foolishness at the Diddy party, and what did you see? Okay? I'm going to skip by this because I don't care about this running story. Let's see what Mila. Let's scroll ahead. Trying to switch subjects, the nerve.
Kutcher and his wife might be heading towards a breakup. However, a source slammed the split speculation, telling People Wednesday this is absolutely ridiculous and false. Meanwhile, another source appeared to clarify to the outlet about Ashton and the rapper's bond, saying, Ashton has no involvement in any of this. He doesn't belong in this conversation about Diddy. Ashton has only seen Diddy in a handful of social and business events, all of which have been documented by the media. Diddy was arrested last week.
Now, you notice not everybody's trying to downplay their role with Diddy. From Ray J, not Ashton Kutcher. Oh, he's only seen Diddy at a handful of social events that were documented to the public. But if you go back to that interview, he clearly said he was at a Diddy party and he couldn't tell us what happened. Oh, let me tell you this story. Oh, no, I'm not going to tell that story. Let me tell you this. Oh, no, I can't tell that story. So obviously you were there at parties where the media was not involved. So let's stop. Everybody's trying to distance themselves, honey. Even Usher. Usher done deleted all them damn tweets. So now, let's listen to what Diddy's lawyer had to say real quick, and then we'll play the last clip about him going to trial. Make sure I'm sharing this here.
You know, and I'm not really sure what the baby oil has to do with anything. I don't know where the number 1,000 came.
Baby oil, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case.
Diddy's case causing online chatter over the shocking discovery. The rapper's attorney telling all to TMZ as the outlet dives deep into the ongoing trial in their documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, The Indictment, streaming on Tubi.
They're essentially saying it's a lubricant. for an orgy?
I guess. I don't know what you need 1,000. One bottle of baby oil goes a long way. I don't know what you need 1,000 for.
Yeah, it's the number of bottles going viral on social media, with Diddy's longtime nemesis, 50 Cent, dropping this meme on X. Meanwhile, Diddy's defense team offers this explanation.
I mean, he has a big house he buys in bulk. You know, I think they have Costco's in every place where he has a home. I mean, have you sat in a parking lot of a Costco and see what people walk out of there with?
TMZ reached out to Costco. Their rep says none of their U.S. locations carry baby oil.
He believes he's innocent.
Where did he find this lawyer? This lawyer is a clown. He has a big old house, so he has to have a bunch of baby oil. No, you don't. Baby oil is not a cleaning product. Like, what are you talking about? Who cares if he has a 500,000 square foot mansion or a shack? Nobody needs 1,000 bottles of baby oil unless you're just a certified freak. Point blank, period. He'd have been better off being like, well, how do we know that it was all Diddy's? He had a lot of people living with him. It could have been freaky ass Stevie J. It could have been freaky ass Tristan Combs or Christian Combs, whatever the hell that little boy name is. You know, he could have blamed it on other people. I mean, you're sitting here blaming Costco. They had to put out a statement saying, nah, don't put us in this. We don't even sell baby oil. Keep Costco out your mouth, okay? So his lawyer has just been doing the most, not Costco clocking his teeth. So he's a mess. So now let's go ahead and play this last clip. Diddy is supposed to be testifying. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing for him, but this was announced today that he is going to take the stand. And I feel like, you know, if push comes to shove, he may pull a Nino Brown, and he's going to take everybody down with him.
He says that Diddy is going to take the stand in his trial. It's something that a lot of criminal defense attorneys urge their clients not to do because then it opens them up to cross-examination. But it seems very likely we are going to get Diddy on the stand, telling his story, telling his side of the story, and it could be literally with his life on the line because he's facing life in prison if ultimately convicted.
Yeah, so interesting to hear what he could say, and also more on that documentary that you guys have on Tubi, so we can learn some more with that. I also do want to talk about Brett Favre. It was really shocking to us about opening.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys just heard them basically say that he's getting ready to testify, that he wants to plead his case. So obviously he doesn't have a lot of faith in his lawyer. I don't know if he got this lawyer off of Temu, but he does not, because most people would not testify in a case like that. You're going to want your lawyers to speak for you. But this is the same lawyer who told the judge, like, he's an altar boy. The judge was like, what year is this? Like 1964? Who gives a damn if he was an altar boy when he was 12? He's an asshole now and a sadist. Like, why are you telling us that he's an altar boy? Like, what does that have to do with what he's being accused of in 2024? So I just think this Temu lawyer, he got to go. I think he's excited. He wants the fame. He wants the recognition. But I don't think he means good for Diddy at all. At all. So let me read these last few super chats here, then we're going to start taking calls. So I'll be bringing people on Zoom. Y'all can start raising your hand if you want to speak. First come, first serve. All right, so let me see here. Raven says, please drop the skincare routine. I'm suffering in this weather. Also, do you want a girlfriend? Haha, I love you, T. Thank you, Raven. I appreciate you, sis, okay? Shout out to all my lesbians out there. I think skincare-wise, I drink a lot of water, wash my face twice a day. I try to use mainly natural products on my skin. I've been into that, I call it snail snot. I forgot what it's called, mucin something. I really like that. That's like a good moisturizer. So I'll use that, and then I'll seal it in with like shea butter. Something a little bit thicker. I also use a night cream, like Oil of Olay overnight creams. That helps as well. So, you know, snail mucin, I'll be like snail snot. Yeah. CosRX, I like that stuff. That feels really good on my skin. I do like that. So that does work really well. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. She said, do you want a girlfriend? I know that's right. Let's see here. Lexin499 says, hey, T, you're live on my birthday. I'm 28, child pushing 30. I'm blessed nonetheless. My day just got better. Well, happy birthday to you. Shout out to all my Libras. It's Libra season officially. So thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming through on your birthday. Carmela Stevens sent $10. Says, hey, Sugar Snaps. Wanted to show some love. I'll catch the replay tonight. I celebrate. I'll be 41 tomorrow. Okay. Shout out to all the Libras. Happy early birthday to you. Let's see here. Diddy Watson says, just a college student unwinding to Lovelyti. Love you, T. Love you, too. And thank you so much. Good luck in college. Good luck with your studies. Thank you for tapping in. Cat Lady says, did you see Offset's I won comment? I did see that. And he said that he won because basically when it's said and done, he knocked her up 3 times. She just had his most recent child. So, you know, that's how a lot of guys think with that mentality. That's why as women, you got to be careful with who you have children with. You know what I'm saying? It should never be a situation where somebody feels like since they've trapped you, they've won. That's sad. I did see that. And I knew exactly what he meant when he was like, I won. Because at the end of the day, you know, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. He can roam and do what he wants to do, pick up and start his life over. But she's always going to have those kids with her. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, but that's just how it is. Let's see here. Erica Kane says, hey, T, love from crazy California. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis. Wavy Taste in $49.99 says, hey, Auntie, this is your favorite soldier checking in. Just wanted to stop by and say hi to you and the tea sippers. Also, as Black people, we need to do better, especially when kids are involved. We'll be going to school to become a SGT-E5. Wish me luck, y'all. I think that stands for sergeant, if I'm not mistaken. But thank you so much, Wavy Tay. Thanks for coming through and good luck with everything. I hope you get it and you make it through that program. So thank you once again. Let's see here. B. Halette sent 10 says, God is real. You can't serve 2 masters. God corrects in private before embarrassment turns public. These deviants had times to change their ways, but they let greed corrupt them. Their reckoning is here. I definitely agree. And I feel like that's also what's going on with with Mayor Eric Adams. And I got to play his clip too before we take calls. So thank you for that. Melanin Queen says, now Clive never had a problem articulating himself at any other time. Now that Sean is caught up, he's out here sounding like Porky Pig, stuttering and shit. Facts. And acting like he doesn't know who Diddy is. You know, the whole thing is a shame. Let's see here. Valerie Moses said there's a cyclone about to hit Florida in a few hours. Everyone, please be safe. Yes. Everybody in Florida, stay safe. Definitely cyclones, hurricanes. There's a lot going on down in Florida right now. So my tea sippers down there, I hope you guys are prepared and staying safe. Let's see here. Mariah or Munraya. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. She says, hey, T, thank you for your hard work. This Diddy debacle is esoteric. The fact that a female judge is over the case is a message within itself. I definitely agree. And thank you so much. Thank you. Rita Ora sent $27.99 in Canadian money. Thank you so much, Rita. Thanks for coming through. More Life with Mo sent 5 says, Diddy is a weasel and has always been. That's his little spirit animal with them beady ass eyes and that rodent mouth. Ooh, y'all are going in. Shy B sent $50 says, what's creepy about Ashton Kutcher is that he is the co-founder of the organization Thornton Fighting for Child Abuse. Yes. Is he still running that, or did they move that over to somebody else? And especially with all this child trafficking, that is very, very unnerving. You know, the fact that he has such close ties to Diddy as well. Dre Harden sent 10 says, Diddy finna take the stand screaming. It's bigger than Nino Brown, Miss Hawkins. Yeah, he about to pull a New Jack City. I'm telling y'all, he about to take everybody down with him. He's not playing. Moneybag Mo's in the building. I see the money bags. Thank you so much, Moneybag Mo. Appreciate you. She sent $499. $99.99. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you for coming through and showing nothing but love. Yes, Miss Mo's in the building. Let's see here. Drea Mills says, girl, I love when you're talking your shit and you get to crossing your eyes. Laugh my ass off. You are so funny. Have a blessed night. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in. So before we start taking calls, we got to hit on Mayor Eric Adams. So my issue with the mayor is he's been like attached to a lot of shady people. From him giving Diddy the key to the city a year ago, and then him having to give it back. But remember, he was really close with the Bling Bishop. Remember the guy that was walking around all them fancy Fendi outfits, and he claimed that he was robbed at gunpoint? That was one of his really close friends. And now he is being indicted. They're saying that he's been a part of a long-running scheme. So we're going to go ahead and watch this special report here really quick. And they're going to talk about it. They're going to kind of like break everything down if you guys have missed it. But everything broke late last night. So we're going to watch this really quick. And then we'll start taking calls.
Well, today, federal prosecutors laid out their case against Eric Adams. The mayor saying despite the charges, as you just heard, he is still serving New Yorkers. He will now fight the bribery and corruption case as prosecutors allege he sold his influence to foreign nationals.
Fox 5's Linda Schmidt read through the 57-page indictment, as did all of us, and is breaking down how prosecutors pin these charges on the mayor. Linda.
Yeah, and it is very detailed. The indictment laying out a litany of examples where Mayor Adams allegedly broke the law dating back to when he was Brooklyn Borough president in 2014. The indictment says that Adams knowingly allowed and sought, and that's an important word there, sought illegal donations from foreign nationals who were, quote, smuggling their contributions to Adams through straw donors. Within a year of becoming Brooklyn Borough president, the indictment alleges Eric Adams began building relationships with foreign nationals who were seeking influence with him, namely from Turkey. On numerous occasions, the mayor and his partner or a family member would fly on Turkish Airlines, which is primarily owned by the Turkish government. In October 2016, they purchased economy tickets valued at just over $2,200 and received free upgrades to business class worth about $15,000. In 2017, Adams, a family member and a staff member, accepted free business class tickets worth more than $35,000. Also in 2017, Adams, a relative and a liaison, stayed in the Bentley suite of the St. Regis Hotel in Istanbul and paid just $600 for a two-night stay that would have cost about $7,000. During another trip to Istanbul, Adams asked for and received free hotel stays, dinners, and a boat trip, among other things, from a Turkish businessman, including a free two-night stay in the Cosmopolitan suite of the St. Regis Hotel, which would have cost about $3,000. In 2019, in Istanbul, the indictment alleges that Adams solicited at least $50,000 in illegal campaign contributions from a Turkish businessman who agreed, quote, believing that Adams might one day be the president of the United States and hoping to gain influence with Adams. The indictment alleges that Adams hid numerous illegal foreign donations through straw donors and smaller contributions, which ultimately allowed him to illegally receive more than $10 million in city public funds for his campaign. And then it was time for the mayor to repay the favors to Turkish nationals. In 2017, a Turkish official pressuring the mayor to force the FDNY to speed up the opening of a new 36-story skyscraper for the Turkish consulate without having a fire inspection. The indictment alleges Adams pressured the fire commissioner, who then allegedly pressured other top brass at the department to get the job done. And if they did not, quote, the chief of department and the fire prevention chief would lose their jobs. The skyscraper opened on time. The Turkish official responding, "You are great, Eric. You are a true friend of Turkey." Adams replied, "Yes, even more a true friend of yours. You are my brother." And in another example in the indictment, it was February 2023, a Turkish businessman texted the mayor that he was having problems resolving an issue with his city buildings department. He said, quote, "I always supported you." he said. Adams responding, quote, "Let me look into this." About a week later, the issue was resolved. The businessman then texting the mayor, "Brother, I want to thank you for your help. You have my continued support." Back upstairs to you.
All right. Thanks, Linda.
Ooh-wee. So you guys just watched that. And the same guy, I think his name is Damian Williams, I might be wrong, the one that also talked about Diddy's indictment, he's the same one who read the full 20-minute indictment of Mayor Eric Adams. And it just really goes to show you, like, how things are not fair in this world. Like, it really goes to show you that money and connections and power is what rules this world. Think about how many people try to open up their own small businesses and they can't get permits on time and they're waiting. You know what I'm saying? I remember even when I was building my house, we had to wait an additional month because we weren't able to get the permits, you know, because it was kind of like backlogged. And it's like, you know, we're ready to start the build process. Winter is coming and they're like, you're just going to have to wait. I didn't have any hookups. I couldn't go down to City Hall and be like, you know, grease some palms and be like, yeah, go ahead and push this through. So it just really shows you, like, just how much corruption is out there. And it's all about, you know, who you know and who you blow at this point. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the people who have been arrested and indicted as of late. And you have a bunch of people that are part of his chief of staff. They've been stepping down. All the folks around Diddy stepping down. So it's insane. You know, a lot of people were thinking initially that this was tied to Diddy. I still think that there might be some ties with him and Diddy because he was at those Diddy parties and he did give Diddy the key to the city. But this situation is something totally different. Another thing that's also weird is that they said he's been doing this for years. I think they said as far back as like 2013. So my thing is, if they've been watching him for years be corrupt and have this strange relationship with Turkey, why wasn't he popped sooner? Doesn't anybody else find that strange? Because the feds, they don't pounce until they have, you know, enough evidence to convict. But why would they allow him to become the mayor of New York City if he's been doing this? And then let's talk about Mayor Tiffany Haynard. Remember the mayor of Dalton? Remember I did the video on her, the crazy female mayor that reminds me of the lady from Abbott Elementary? She still hasn't been arrested. And they went through all her corruption. People have been calling her out for years. So I just find it really, really strange. Because basically Tiffany is doing the same thing that Mayor Eric Adams is being accused of. Wasn't she getting, you know, nice trips to Las Vegas, business class on the town's money, eating shrimp and lobster, getting the best rooms at the Bellagio? I mean, this is insane. And yet the regular citizens, if you want to stay at the Bellagio, you got to have money. They're not comping you free rooms. You're not getting, you know, first class flights and private flights and stuff like that. You're not jumping on private jets. So this is insane. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to start taking calls here. So give me just a second. Again, if you want to speak, just raise your hand. Let me share my screen here. All right, so we are on Zoom. So let's go ahead and start with Rose. Rose Marin.
Hi, T, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, awesome. So, okay, first off, not all of us Barbs are unhinged and unemployed. I'm just getting that out of the way.
I know you're a Barb. We know it. We know Nicki Minaj's twin.
Yeah, so yeah, that was from Gag City last week. But I just really wanted to speak about so Eric Adams, right? I'm from Texas, so the fact that I knew who he was and how bad it was, like that says a lot. So, and I don't even keep up with like politics like that deep, but well, actually I do, but just not at that level. So I just remembered there was several months ago, Eric Adams was on the Breakfast Club, and it was this black woman lawyer. Her name was Olayemi, I believe. So I follow her on Twitter. Um, she had her foot on his neck. She was questioning him and trying to and stuff like that about his corruption. So she knew it was kind of known, but the actual Charlemagne and them, they just would have let all of that slide. But I'm glad that they had her on that show on Breakfast Club with Eric Adams, so she could ask the tough questions. And it's kind of like leave it to a black woman to be able to clock something and just call it out. But unfortunately, she was kind of dismissed and she was drug all over Twitter. But it's like, look at it now. I mean, there you go. Honestly, it's just so corrupt. All I can really, all I can really say is, and there's no perfect ethical politician. That's just the whole point of politics. But that's why it's important to vote in the midterms. I'm just kind of putting the PSA out there. Like, ideally, we should have like a balanced bipartisan.
Recording in progress.
A balanced bipartisan like system, but you have to. It's the lawmakers, the people who make laws, like the mayor, all of that stuff, because that is important. Because I just remember back at a couple months ago when Hurricane Beryl came through. I lived in Houston. Power was out for 8 days. Abbott was nowhere to be found. Greg Abbott, the governor, nowhere to be found, making all these excuses, not accepting money or aid from the president just to prove a point. Just that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm saying, like, that kind of stuff, those kind of elections are important because that directly affects you. So every 2 years, you got to be voting. You got to have your research. If you don't know about the issues, y'all just do the research on the candidate. But yeah, it's just heartbreaking to growing up being taught American history and us being painted as, oh, U.S., we're the good guys, and it's like, no, like, U.S. is worse than a lot of other countries. But our government is just as corrupt. But yeah, that's just my piece, and that's all I had to really say. But yeah, I'm glad to have talked to you again.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, T.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring on Zion. There shouldn't be any echoing. If you guys are hearing echoing, make sure you guys mute the YouTube page, so that way it's just one. You just hear one stream. So Zion, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hi.
Hello.
First off, I love your show. Literally, I've been watching your YouTube videos when I'm doing homework, and literally, you be bringing on the tea. One of the things I definitely want to bring on is I feel so bad for the kids, for like Diddy's kids. I know they had sent a message stating the book, and it's unfortunate that they had to put that message out in order to like let people know that the book was not real, and just like a lot of like false narratives. I didn't even believe that the book was real because it just made like no sense for Diddy to be just sent to jail and then all of a sudden the book comes out. And so it's just really unfortunate that the kids had to like put that message out on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why they had to put it out there is because you have people who they want to run with any story, right? So they're looking for clicks, views. They're not vetting any of this stuff. Like, honestly, the Kim's friend that they said had the book, she said literally like 2 months ago that there was no book coming out. So that should have been a red flag to people. But people just want to report salaciousness. They don't care to fact check. So that's the thing that you have to like kind of watch out for, is if people are being truthful or not when it comes to stories like this. But I think it's good that the kids put out a statement kind of denouncing it. But again, outside of maybe the girls and Quincy, I don't feel any type of way about Justin or Christian because they're named in the indictments. Hold on. Unmute yourself. I think she got muted. Okay, we're going to go to the next caller. Monique.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. We're going to go to the next caller. Monique, go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hey T, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hey, okay, so I just want to talk really, really quickly. So my first thought was about Diddy. Well, not so much Diddy, his lawyer. I am so confused. What the hell is wrong with this man? I don't know if anybody else is keeping up with him, following his interviews, if you've seen his little tidbit that he did on the TMZ documentary or whatever that was uploaded. He's a mess. I'm almost convinced that he is like in on the scheme of taking Diddy down because he's that bad. Okay.
I feel like he's clout chasing.
Yeah, I mean it's something definitely off with him. And notice every time when he talks, I put that in the chat earlier, he does that real high pitched voice that a lot of men do when they lie, when their voice get real squeaky, and he's like, $1,000 of baby oil. I don't know about that. I don't know where they got that number, but I guess. Like, what? You know where they got that number from. That's what the government is saying. They counted that many bottles. So like he does a horrible job of trying to discredit the evidence that they have, and for him to allow Diddy to testify, which we know is a pretty much a no-go in cases like this, I really feel like, again, he's almost in on it. Like you're trying to ensure that he gets sentenced, that he's found guilty.
Well, the issue is if you think about it, the feds have like a 98% conviction rate. So I don't see Diddy getting out of this. They're going to get him on one of these charges. And I think the problem is, at the end of the day, the lawyer makes his money regardless. Yeah. Regardless of how good he defends Diddy or doesn't defend Diddy, he's still walking away with millions of dollars. So for him, it's a win-win for him, regardless if Diddy gets off or not, which I doubt he's going to get off. So I think that's why at this point he's just being like, he's doing these TMZ interviews. He's almost turning into like a pseudo celebrity behind this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I totally see that. The last thing I just want to comment on is Cardi B and Offset. I was following it last night and was really surprised to hear her confess that she had, sort of, I guess, cheated back and did so while pregnant. Right. And initially, I was sort of in the comments like, well, good for her. He's a jerk. He's not been faithful to her. He's not been committed to his vows. So why should she? And then I got sort of maybe the Holy Spirit or something came over me, and I changed my comment because I've been there, and I think a lot of women have. I'm a mom. I've been a wife. I've been cheated on. It's been tough. But I started to say to myself, you know what we ought to be saying, instead of just always encouraging everybody to cheat back, please, ladies, guys, remember that this life is so temporary, and as tempting as it can be to try to get revenge or get your lick back or cheat back, please remember, y'all, we will answer to God for everything that we do and all behaviors and actions that we take. So let's make sure that it's something that we're going to do is really worth it before we do it.
And let's also not forget too, like, I saw a lot of young girls praising it and yup, she did right. And to me, it's just like, at the end of the day, why put your child at risk?
Right.
You just never know, right? Right. Even if it's not an STD, like just the whole idea of somebody, because there's not going to be condoms used. It's not like you're going to get pregnant. Right. Just that whole idea of like, you're pregnant with somebody else, because the jokes that people had on social media is just so gross about this baby that just got here. And they're making all these jokes about some strange man skeeting on the baby's forehead. It's just certain things that just do not need to be said out loud. You get what I'm saying? Because now eventually the baby's going to grow up. And this is what y'all are saying about this child on social media. It's sad.
It's sad, and it's so unnecessary. So I resonated with your comment earlier about just keep it off the internet. I mean, it's fodder for everybody else, and it's becoming a spectacle. So So I feel for her. I feel for her family, for her whole situation. But again, I just had to make that comment. Let's remember, we will answer for everything we do. So don't be so quick to support the tomfoolery on the internet. But that's it, T. Thank you for taking my call.
All right, sis. Thank you for calling in. Okay, let me go ahead and bring on Braylon. Lee, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm doing good. By the way, congratulations on the millions subs. Very well deserved.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. I think the crazy thing to me about this lawyer too, I think it was Monique's point, is that this is the same lawyer that came out and said that just because he settled with Cassie doesn't mean that he was guilty.
Right.
I mean, really, the same video that was in the lawsuit was the same video that came out, and you still wanted to be this damn stupid in public?
But remember, even before the Cassie video came out, the lawyer and Diddy were putting out statements saying that, these are lies and, I can't take it anymore. All these lies that are coming out about me, knowing that this video was out here somewhere.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And it's giving me the vibe of when R. Kelly's representative was on CBS Mornings, and they asked him blandly, would you let R. Kelly babysit your kids? And he danced around the question. So I do agree with the clout chasing. And then when it comes to Mayor Eric Adams, I think that, the storyline of Power with Lorenz Tate and Ghost, this kind of reminds me about the fact of, like you said, Lovelyti, how many people try to do the right thing. And this is why some people don't want to vote.
Yeah.
Because it's the fact of you're asking me to do everything right, but yet you're not caring about doing right by me. And hopefully what end up happening is that there will be the right people to step up. And I know that you have to be this, that, and the third. But at this point, if Mayor Eric Adams can do what he's doing, 45 can do what he's doing, you could be president of the United States too. Lovely teas. But I just want to come on and just congratulate you and much love to you and glad to be here.
Thank you so much. Now, you know what's so funny about the situation, because he brought up R. Kelly. If you guys do not know, R. Kelly finally came out today and he's actually defending Diddy. So this was posted earlier today, and R. Kelly says, I don't believe none of that shit. You could tell me about Puffy. You could tell me about anybody. You could tell me on the news, the weather, the sky's blue. I'm not going to believe it because I'm in it now and I know what they did. So he's still in jail. Well, he's in prison now, proclaiming his innocence and saying that he feels like Diddy's also being railroaded. So again, birds of a corrupt feather flocking together. Let me go ahead and bring on Univirgo Soul. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, T-Boo.
Hey.
I got a feeling I got something to say about this shame that they trying to do to my girl Cardi B out here. I agree that, yeah, she shouldn't be telling her business, I guess, but he already put it out there and it's already out there. My thing is, why aren't men shamed the same way that she's being shamed about doing what she did while pregnant? Men go out here and cheat on a daily, like every day, B, and get multiple women pregnant, but nobody shames them the way that they shaming her and making all these jokes about the baby. Mm-hmm. What about the dirty penis that he's bringing back to her? BV possibly, or the STD risk that he may be putting her at when he's going to have unprotected sex with other women. So I don't think she's wrong personally. I really don't. Do you, boo? You are putting yourself at risk, but hopefully she was safe about her shit. Use the condom at least. But I honestly, do you? Because these men are doing them too. That's how I feel about that. But
yeah, unfortunately, we live in a world where there's a double standard. Look how I always talk about it. Look how people praise Nick Cannon and, Elon Musk for his tribe of, bunch of babies in different households by different women. But then when it comes to Kiki Wyatt, they stay making fun of her and her cooch, and her kids. So, yeah, it's a double standard.
But my thing with men can have 1 million babies at once, but we can only have one at one time. And while I'm pregnant with your baby, and maybe I'm not having sex with you, and I feel like having sex with the next dude, you want to You want to berate me on the internet about it? Like, we're not together no more. Move on. And I'm with Cardi B and did, because I was hoping she said that shit. Even if it's not true, like maybe she really didn't. But because you're trying to put me out there like that, and did what? What does that matter now? We're not together, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like you said, there are children out here, and both of them wasn't thinking about it when they said what they said on social media. That's all.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion about that. And as far as Diddy, he better get that. He better hope they don't got no baby oil in jail, because they're gonna get his ass. I'm worried. Like, they gonna get his ass in his baby oil. Poor Diddy. That's not poor Diddy.
Ain't no
for
poor
real,
Diddy
but
over
it's
here. Shit.
Right. Not poor Diddy for real. I gotta say that. Not poor Diddy for real. But yeah, his ass is going to get it in jail. There's a lot of girlfriends just waiting for him. Okay. He about to make it. He probably gonna be straight with his fucking narcissistic ass. But yep, that's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you for
Love
calling
you,
in.
See you next week.
All right. So somebody in the chat made a point. G Bree says you don't give your body to other men while pregnant. Y'all are morally deprived. That's an unborn baby and womb. Respect yourself. Y'all defend anything. So again, everybody has, their opinions on the situation. Yeah. For me, I don't, I'm saying that's not something I would personally do, but child, to each his own. I just don't like the fact that now that it's out there, this new baby who's only literally 2 weeks old is now the butt of memes and jokes, and some of the stuff I've seen, and the memes and the gifs are just disgusting, unfortunately, towards a baby. That's the one part I don't like. So let me go ahead and bring on Breezy T. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey T, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
I just wanted to say regarding this whole Diddy situation, I came in late. For the first time in my life, I am so freaking happy to just be normal. Like, I am in the military right now, but I'm on reserve status. I am so grateful that all I have is a regular damn 9 to 5. Because for so long, I wanted to be a child actor, I wanted to be in the industry. And I'm seeing that the people who are genuinely blessed, who actually, get to go home at night, see their family, don't have to worry about being abused, are regular people who work 9 to 5s that people constantly calling us brokies and all this other dumb shit. And we're seeing all these people that we idolize in the industry are literally being abused. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but sodomized, taken advantage of, blackmailed, raped. Like, it is, I would never, ever in my life want to be in these people's positions. And it really tore my heart apart because I held on to a lot of kind of resentment towards my mom for a while because I went to go do the Disney auditions to be a child star, and then we see quiet on set. So it's like, if you've ever felt like, oh, I've always wanted to do this, and look at all these people living this glamorous life, you have no idea the position that you are in, that you are truly, truly blessed. I know it sucks right now, the economy, inflation, and whatnot, but be grateful that you are not sitting in these people's position, because I can't even imagine what they've been through and how many of them are just wearing a
Well, let
mask.
me tell you this. One thing I've learned as I've gotten older, because I was the same way, wanted to model and all this stuff, and I think back to like those days, going to auditions, and because I grew up in the video vixen era. Everybody wanted to be the next Gloria Velez, and all these beautiful girls, Melissa Ford. And sometimes rejection is protection. Sometimes you needed to be rejected because that wasn't the path that God had for you. You know what I'm saying? And now that we're seeing all of this coming out, like, I thank God, because I remember me and Gloria, we had a conversation not too long ago, and just some of the things that she went through in the industry, it's just like, it's insane. Because for me, as somebody who wanted to, because that was fun back in the, music videos, these big budgets, and they're out of the, they're on boats, and like the whole big pimping video and all that stuff. And these video vixens were as big as like A-list stars back then. So every girl wanted to be in music videos, and you thought they were rich and all this stuff. And then you find out a lot of it was just a bunch of drug-fueled nonsense. These girls were getting abused and ran through and disrespected. So sometimes that's God protecting us from things that are not our path and not our journey.
Absolutely. And I feel like, a lot of people, I understand we live in a day and age where, you get to do what you want, you can believe in what you want. this is now the time. If you are not a religious person, a spiritual person, please get right with whatever higher power that it is that you pray to, because a lot of this stuff that's being revealed to us, it is demonic. It is definitely the devil using his minions to run about and cause chaos. That is straight sex magic in the industry. And if you are somebody that's very vulnerable, or you've never prayed to a higher power or the universe or whatever, now is the time to get right, because there are a lot of demonic, unhinged people running around here, and you have no idea what spirits you're coming in contact with, what people are trying to attach onto you. Like, this whole situation made me really open my eyes that this is not the time to basically play around. Like Cat Williams said, you're either with them, you're either with God, or you're with the other side. And that's what all of this is revealing. So I know it sounds crazy, but as a normal, regular person looking at this stuff, I am so grateful to just be normal, pay my taxes, go to work, go home, bitch about groceries, and go about my day, and not have to worry about somebody taking something from me sexually, drugging me, and whatnot. But that's all I had to say. I love you so much, T. Thank
Love you too. And how old are you, Breezy?
I just turned 27. I'm in your Discord. I talked to you a couple of years ago. I haven't been able to catch
that's
any of your
right.
call back.
Well, thank you so much. It's always good to hear from young folks that are just who have a good head on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? She's straight up preaching, because that is just the truth. You know, there's a lot of crazy things going on in this world. I mean, you just heard what Suge Knight said. He was talking about an egg ritual. Imagine, you know, you want to be a singer so bad, you've worked hard, you've written music your whole life, and you're going into a situation thinking that you're just there to showcase your voice, you know, what God has blessed you with, and then somebody's telling you, bend over and let me put an egg up your ass. What kind of shit is that? That is nothing but ritual magic. I don't care what anybody says. So let me go ahead and bring on Miss Mouth. Go ahead and unmute your microphone.
Hello.
Hello. All right, let me go ahead and bring on Slim Woods. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hi, T.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. You look good.
Thank you, sis.
So, you're welcome. So, I just want to say, I feel like Diddy snitched on Eric and Naomi, because it's just weird that this is coming out a couple days and now he's going to be testifying. I feel like he'll take anybody down. So, I'm kind of interested to see the other names that's going to come out.
You feel like he snitched on Naomi Campbell?
Yes, and I feel like he had to give them something, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot more he's gonna give them.
Yeah, but her situation was her defrauding that charity.
I know, but I just feel like he's giving some kind of information, you know, on whoever he can to kind of lessen his blows that he's facing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
I'm
that she
thinking
should
too
be
deep.
looked into, though. I mean, she's a procurer of girls. I feel like a
Yeah,
lot of the girls, you know, during that whole Epstein situation, because I remember Virginia Dupre calling her out and saying, you saw me there. You saw me as an 11-year-old girl on the boat. And she claimed that she didn't. Then she bought receipts. And you see the little girl and you see Naomi Campbell. And remember Elsa Mumjumbo, the young girl from Kenya who wanted to model, even said that Naomi Campbell was trying to, you know, procure her to like older white men.
I remember that.
Yeah. She gives me
That's why
Madam vibes.
I feel like it's a lot of different layers to, you know, everything that's going on. Like it's just gonna be a lot more to, you know, more than we can probably like wrap our minds around. And I think this is just the start. And I do feel like he's giving up names and maybe just starting with small information, you know, and smaller names, but I definitely feel like he's talking and he's gonna continue to talk. Now, the situation with Cardi B, I don't think that it's right morally. You know, I understand that Offset has been so embarrassing, you know, for so long, and I commend her for trying to move on. But I just don't feel like, you know, while a baby is growing spiritually inside of you, like you're carrying another spirit. You're gonna be birthing a child, a whole nother human being. I just feel like it could have waited, but I definitely don't fault her for finally trying to move on. So I don't know, like you said, I would have just kept that to myself and probably took that to the grave, because that's just not a good look.
No, I definitely agree. Well, thank you
And
so
I
much for
agree.
calling in. Is there anything
No
else?
problem.
Okay, we got a
I
lot
was
of
gonna
hands
say,
up.
I was just gonna say I agree with everything Breezy said. I was just up here nodding my head and shouting. So kudos to Breezy.
All right, thank you. Okay, we got a lot of calls, so I'm going to try and bring on as many people as possible. Let me go ahead and bring on Moon Raya. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Moon Raya.
Hello, can you hear me, T?
Yep, I can hear you. Okay, you got to turn it down in the background.
Hold on. Sorry, I was outside. I just wanted to talk a little bit about I'm 28 years old, and a lot of this stuff for a long time as a child, I had never really like thought much about it. The music I was listening to, partake, because I grew up around a generation where like having sex or partying, doing all these things was just like normalized, and like I feel like this Diddy situation is just bringing up a lot of trauma that I think most women have been dealing with. And, you know, like our grandmothers, they were like the silent generation. And, you know, our mothers even went through things and didn't really talk about it. And some of the stuff that I've just been hearing and like just learning about and like learning about myself as I'm, you know, becoming a woman and a new mother. It's a powerful moment in history right now. And, you know, I'm just proud of all the women that are like stepping up. I know it's not an easy thing to do, but even the men too. Everybody who's coming out telling their truth, this is such an important time right now. And a lot of revision is going to happen when people actually use their voices and talk about abuse and talk about, you know, sexual trauma and understanding why, you know, promiscuity is kind of like a byproduct of, you know, early sexual abuse. So I'm just overwhelmed with emotion, but yeah, thank you for letting me talk.
All right, thank you for calling in, sis. Okay, let me go ahead and bring on Deja Diva. Deja, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hello?
You gotta mute that background, sis.
You hear it?
Yep, mute it.
Okay, let me go ahead and turn this.
Make sure y'all's backgrounds are muted. Y'all know I got sensitive ears, so it sounds like. All right, unmute your microphone, Deja, if you're ready.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to step in another room because I have you on the TV and it was crazy. So
Okay, perfect.
So my thing with Cardi, and this is just something because I don't want to take this moral high ground or whatever, because I am team get your lick back. You already know how I go, how I be. But I don't think any person should involve themselves romantically and start to hold a capacity to do something that completely negates their moral character. If you are in a relationship, a friendship, a business partnership, and it causes you to do things in any capacity that is outside of the standard that you uphold for yourself in your personal moral journey, it's time to hasta la vista, real bad. It is very disheartening with women or whatever being so broken in a relationship that they are doing something that they would never do. Offset didn't make you have sex with somebody else while you were pregnant. You did that. That's a choice that you have to own. Now, was Offset ain't shit? Does he deserve to feel butthurt or whatever? Yeah. But let's, because you know I'm pro-black woman. You know my sex work and politic and everything. You already know that about me.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem that I have is that don't try to spin this as an empowerment moment. This is not empowering. Because sex
socially does not operate the same way for men as it does for women. That's just the truth.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but it's the truth.
Right.
And for me, I just feel like Cardi B got enough money. She got enough everything. You got enough going on for yourself, even beyond. Because the problem with Offset is the power dynamic has shifted. He used to be the star,
Right.
and now she's the star,
Right.
and now he can't handle it. The same thing happening with Money Long.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happened with Tiana Taylor.
Mm.
So we're seeing a power dynamic shift, and a lot of men can't handle it. And as soon as you find out he couldn't handle it the first time he cheated and got your ass in jail, the second time he cheated, the third, the fourth, the fifth, you should have been out. That the problem is, I'm not impressed by you fucking somebody else while you're pregnant, because that don't tell me that you're gonna leave. That don't tell me that you're gonna choose better for you and your family as a woman.
Mm.
It don't tell me much about that. It just tell me that you got your lick back, which is cute, but it's not. It's pseudo empowerment.
Yeah, because I see a lot of young girls praising it, and that's the part that's kind of got me like, you know, she's a millionaire, she's a celebrity, but that's not the same outcome that's going to happen for you. You know what I'm saying? That like people keep trying to live vicariously through people who are not in their pay grade. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody made a good point in the chat. They said your moral compass, Burnett Brooks said, your moral compass should not be a reflection of someone else's because they'll take you to hell every time.
Every single time.
Mm-hmm.
You're responsible for what you do. You know, I'm crazy. I done went out here. I believe in street justice. She bought me, I bopped her ass back. But if I go to jail, I went to jail because I bopped her ass back. And I'm going to own it. For me, I just want her to fucking somebody else might be a cute little Twitter moment, but it's not going to be a good little life moment. So it is what it is. And this is coming from a young bitch that be out in these streets. You know, I be fighting and fighting. I be out there proverbially fighting and fighting because I ain't letting nobody in my bed. But I be, a hoe never gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a costume hoe. But no, but this is just me keeping it real because I know that I can look at both sides of the coin and see how much it's really worth. But for Eric Adams, I'm glad his ass is getting locked up and indicted because he's supposed to close Rikers. I lived in New York a couple years, but he's supposed to close Rikers down because of the unlivable conditions for the inmates. Mm-hmm. He's the same person that has militarized the police to start killing people for $2.90 Metro passes. He's the same person who says, I bleed blue. I'm an officer. I was a cop. Okay, let's see. You go to prison and see if you really need to shut down Rikers. It's no turn now. It ain't no fun with the rabbit got the gun. You the ex-police officer. You like to you cool with the inhumane conditions that prisoners are in. You okay with their sentences being high and private prisoning and mass incarceration and militarizing the police against immigrants and militarizing the police to kill people. They killed a 19-year-old the other day. I mean, not the other day, when Olayemi was on Breakfast Club, they had killed a 19-year-old the day before the interview. And he's
all right, we got to move on to the next call, sis.
Okay. Yes,
okay.
I'm sorry, but I hope that he can understand that the policies he's in state, when he go to jail, it's going to have to affect him now that he's indicted. Sure.
Facts.
Bye.
All right, thank you. Okay, she made some good points, though. Let me go ahead and bring on Shay. Shay, go ahead and unmute your mic. We've been out here for an hour and a half. Okay. Hey, Shay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
She is funny. I love my good boyfriend. But I just wanted to speak on the whole, really all of them, but I'm gonna try to go quick. So with the Cardi B and Offset situation, like I feel like it's time for them to just stop being toxic and just go about their own ways. I feel that I fell in love with them as musically as a couple because I don't get into people's personal relationship at all. Mm-hmm. I feel like Cardi would be very well, like, say, having her own talk show and everything like that, get back into music, because I feel like that's really where her passion is at. And she's very tuned into her city. I don't know if you remember, but like a year ago, she had just mentioned about how the city had
$120 million budget cut on the schools, police department, and all that. And now we see time flies, and Eric Adams is like, oh yeah, I need you to buy me dinners and steak. Like, but what about the working class people that's out here? You know, like I hate this honest like politics like that, because New York also has an extremely high homeless rate that is ridiculous. Our veterans also deserve better. And to quickly just go into the whole diddler, um, it shouldn't take Cat Williams earlier this year for him to get his just dues. Like, they should have been pounced on him. And I understand like things are gonna pile up over time, but like he should have been indicted, in my opinion, because I was born in '98, so I'm a young gal. But growing up, like seeing, it's just things weren't clicking. Like, for example, all these bands that he put like making the band and all that, and Our Real Day, like they weren't really making music. It's like, yeah, we saw them on TV, but what is the aftermath of it? Because I'm not seeing a lot of music being produced. And then like I could kind of tell with Cassie, like how her demeanor and outfits would change. Like she just started dressing more often like androgynous than like on her girly girls. So it gave me kind of like control vibes anyway. So that's kind of all I wanted to say. I know that's why I was speaking fast, but yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, let me go ahead and bring on Taylor Anderson.
Hey T.
Hello.
I just want to say I've been following you since 2016, and I feel like the things that you be trying to tell our community, I feel like people should live by those morals. So about the Cardi B situation, I kind of don't feel bad for her. One, because she knew what type of man Offset was. Like, even everybody was trying to tell her like, this man, he's not good for you. He's stressing you out. He's not empowering you as the woman that we know you are. So that's one reason. And then like she knows that a lot of her fans are young kids. Like, I'm 24, so I know there's plenty of young girls younger than me that listen to her. So for her to go on the internet and devalue herself because a man hurt her feelings is not good, because because I advocate for young girls, and I do a lot of stuff in the community to help out young girls. So stuff like that is not cool. Stuff like that gets you SA and all types of stuff. And we just had a case like that, in Detroit. So stuff like that constantly makes me upset, because even though she's getting a get back, she doesn't know like the damage that's causing. So I don't feel like devaluing myself for a man because he cheated is something right. I feel like she should have left. You leaving and moving on and having your peace is the best revenge that you can ever do. And I know that for a fact because even you be preaching that. So that's what I wanted to say about the Cardi B. Like, I just feel like she need to leave him and get back to the music and do right by her kids. And two, I feel like Diddy should have got locked up a long time ago, because everybody knew. Even you was like posting stuff way back before he even got locked up.
Right.
So the fact that they just now locking him up, I don't feel like they locking him up because, oh, these women deserve justice. I feel like it's deeper than that. I feel like they only doing this because behind the scenes he made some people mad, and now they want to show him as an example. I really don't feel like they care about the women, because if they did care about us, this would not be happening. When people were speaking out a little bit back then, they would have been stepping on these toes, and they would have been getting these other celebrities. So I really just feel like it's deeper than this.
Okay.
That's
Well,
all I
thank you
wanted to
for
say.
calling in, Taylor. It was good talking to you. You made some really good points. So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let me see here. We're going to go until, because it's about to be hitting the 2-hour mark here. So we're going to go for like another 15 minutes here. So let me go ahead and bring on L Cody.
So T, I just want to start off by saying I love you so much. You're
Thank
super
you.
genuine and you got yours out the mud. You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you, sis.
So genuine. Okay. Jesus Christ could not come off his throne and tell me to spill the tea that Cardi spilled. While you're pregnant? Is that what we're doing? Getting to Diddy, because I know we have to get to other people. I feel like Jay-Z's next. That's my guy. Been listening to his music for so long, but Birds of a Feather definitely flocks together. I remember listening to you the other day when they were saying like they walked to get some cheesecake on making a band and then they gave it to Beyonce. They've been around this man forever. They didn't know there's no way they couldn't know what he was doing. They've been in cahoots. They're next.
A lot of people are saying that Jay-Z's next. I'm hearing that from everybody on social media.
He's definitely next, but from what Jaguar Wright, while everybody's calling her crazy, is saying, his is much worse than what Diddy was doing. So when that tea is spilled, I definitely will be tuned in.
I heard Claudia Jordan went off on Jaguar Wright today about the Kathy White situation. She said Jaguar Wright is a liar.
Jaguar Wright is a lot of things, but her stories make sense to me. And the reason why they do is because a lot of the stuff that she's telling is coming to light. With Diddy, with other people in the entertainment industry, Justin Bieber's tape getting passed around. Me and my mother were just having a conversation today. You can see the pain on that boy's face. Remember like 6 months ago or so when he was just crying online and then all of a sudden he popped out, he's having a baby? That man is going through some turmoil. And we're going to find out in the coming months exactly what happened to him, Usher, and everyone else that's been in this industry. I would not wish the entertainment industry on anyone for obvious reasons, right? Other than that, I just wanted to end by saying, I love you so much. Keep doing what you're doing, sis.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in.
You're welcome.
All right, let me go ahead and bring on Keisha.
Oh, wow. Hi, this is my first time.
Hello, welcome.
Hi, all the tea sippers. Hi, everyone. Oh my God, this is my first time. I apologize. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say a few things because I know you're running out of time. The P. Diddy situation, like everybody knows, he should have been under the jail. I'm just gonna simply say that. And I will not be surprised. There's gonna be so many case accused allegations coming up, including like Ken Porter's case, so much more, and it's a lot.
It is. Was there anything else you wanted to add?
Like that's pretty much about it. But I know once the truth is gonna revealed, so many celebrities gonna start speaking up. I will not be surprised because it's been going on. This whole musical industry is a mess. It's been going on for so long. The music itself. So yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, it's a lot that's going to be coming down the pipeline. And I think, as more information comes out, people are going to have to speak up, especially with these lawsuits. Like Don Richards' lawsuit saying that Usher was there. What was that? Neo, Jimmy Iovine, when Cassie got punched. They're going to have to speak up and attest to that stuff. So I think in a minute, everybody's going to be throwing everybody else under the bus. Let me bring on Mary Mel. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hello.
Hi.
So I want to say something. I've noticed, I think there's like a power dynamic that's shifting in the world. And I think it has to do also with what's going on with P. Diddy and the whole Me Too movement. And I do think that they use that a lot on blackmail. And I think them coming down and then like the cleaning of Hollywood has to do with the shift of a power dynamic. I don't know if I'm reaching, but just the way that I've been seeing politics going and the things that I've noticed, I think it has a larger, like there's a larger picture here than just P. Diddy.
So do you
It's
think
all
like
tied.
the when you said the power dynamic, do you feel like the old guards they're making the old guards the people who
Yeah.
ran the entertainment industry, like the
Dynamic and a power fight that's going on worldwide. And I think that we're noticing that
Yeah, the
all over.
swamp is definitely being drained. And I think it
Exactly.
initially started back in what was that, like 2016, 2017 with Hollywood, with the movie
Yeah.
industry. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
that around that time when I was covering the whole Harvey Weinstein situation, Bill Cosby, and all that stuff. I remember we kept saying, the music industry is pretty quiet. And we know they got all types of deviancy going on. But remember, the music industry, they were so quiet because they wanted people to just focus on the movie industry instead of the music industry. And now the roles are being reversed and everything is now focused on the music entertainment part of the
Yeah.
industry. Yeah.
And they're still taking down people from that industry too, because Ashton's Kutcher, that guy. So they're still doing it. And I also think that there's a political thing that's going on with black males. I'm not sorry for these males because I don't feel bad for them. I'm not saying like, oh, they're targeting them and they shouldn't be targeted. Like I think they should be targeted, and I don't think these ones are particularly amazing for our community, like Mayor Adams, and also the guy in North Carolina who called himself the Black Nazi. So I find it very interesting that those things came out not within even a week of each other. So I found that to be kind of interesting because he was going on like porn places and talking about how he was okay with black slaves and all these stuff.
Who was
And
saying that?
I can't remember his name, but he's a guy who's running for mayor in North Carolina, and Trump has decided to like forget about him, but he was a speaker at like the Republican convention. So they were
Somebody
all
was
about
saying Mark
him.
Robinson, Lieutenant Governor.
Oh, it's Lieutenant Governor, thank you. Yeah.
Okay,
So
of North
I
Carolina.
find that's very ironic that that came out. And then on top of it, they had the indictment with Mayor Adams. And then on top of it, like they knew it was coming because AOC was like, oh, I think he should step down. So like it was coming, it was there. So I think these are all linked together. I don't think anything is a coincidence here. There's just too many little pieces. And then all the things that are happening around the world that's showing that America and just like European, the Western powers are not as powerful as they used to be. So like I don't know. I just think it's all connected. I could go into
Okay.
it, but I think that like, you know
All
have the
right.
time.
Well, thank you for calling in.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Okay, let me go ahead and bring on Hot Boy Hollis. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey T, can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Auntie T?
I'm great.
Yeah, listen, I love you down. So I'm gonna be quick, but it's a lot I got to say. So listen, I'm glad that you're holding Cardi B to the mat because I feel like we're getting into a space now with the sexes that women aren't women and men aren't men. Like where are we getting to at this point where it's okay for a woman to not be selective about her body? Like your body's a temple. You know what I'm saying? It's like I get the double standards, but women do have different values, and they are more valuable than men. You know what I'm saying? The quietness is kept. You guys can bring life into this world, and you're smarter. You know what I'm saying? You're wittier. You can do things that we can't do, and it's like I get so triggered with this conversation about equality because in certain senses we were never created to be equal. We literally meet each other's weaknesses. Like my weaknesses, I'm sorry, not your weaknesses, and we fill the gaps. That's what makes us great at being opposites. But it's like everybody wants to be the same. And how can we actually grow as a human beings if everybody wants to be on the same level? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or the sex is doing the same roles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wish that Cardi would have just allowed herself, because you already pointed out that she knew all of this stuff when she got with him, that he was like this, but she still chose him. So I don't feel sorry for her, even though this whole situation is horrible. But then for her to perpetuate this, it just goes to show you how insecure she is. It doesn't make her look confident. It makes her look like what everybody's been saying about her. And we're rooting for you, Cardi, and you letting us down. You know what I'm saying? You letting us down. That's all I want to say about that. I wanted to talk about, too, switching gears to the Diddy situation. And I feel like we are missing something that is so, prominent right now. I work in corporate America, and I know you work in corporate America. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times the people who look like me and you, we can't trust them. I don't know if that's your experience, but that has been mine. And a lot of other people have said that too. And with this Diddy situation, it's like you get these Black people who make it, they're screwed over. They go through all of these different things, and they're like the pinnacle of success. And then you find out that they're like deviants. And it's like they literally are used to bring other Black people and minorities into these spaces. And quiet as it's kept, if you think about it, now we all know that, we have deviants, in different places of power. But they don't even do things to the magnitude that they have these marginalized groups. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like the Diddy, that's the best way I can put it. They have those type of people, they groom them, and they do things worse than they do. And it's like you can't even trust the people that are familiar faces because they're not allies. So I think, from this conversation, we need to be very leery of the people in leadership, and not just follow people blindly just because they're Black, just because, they look like us. We really need to vet these people before we actually start trusting them, because we could possibly end up in
you're so right about that. And we also need to stop excusing it just because somebody's Black. That's what pissed me off with Umar Johnson's take on the whole Diddy thing. Like everything's a conspiracy. They're just trying to take down the Black man, and Black people are rooting. Why, when we hold a Black person accountable for what they're doing wrong to other Black people, nonetheless, then it's a bunch of self-hating coons. It's like, no, you need to hold people accountable regardless of the situation. We don't give somebody a pass who's mistreating the community just because they're Black. I think he might have muted himself. But hold on. Go ahead and unmute your mic real quick.
No, I was going to say, yes, I agree. But I just think people need to be careful about that. Like, I don't want people to get so caught up in like, oh, Diddy. Like, you need to pay attention to the message here, the theme here, which is, it's so bad that we can't even trust the people that look like us. Like, we need to be mindful of that. And like you said, hold them accountable. Why did all of these people protect Diddy for all of these years? Why did they sit back? Yeah. Why is Jaguar Wright the only person who's speaking up? And quiet as it's kept, Claudia Jordan is only mad because her tea is getting clocked about how she used to run with them people back in the day, and she was just as deviant as everybody else. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that. So we didn't forget about her just because she, I'm, woman empowerment and all that stuff that happened with our Reynolds and Armand and stuff. So we know who she is. So let's stop that. She's only mad at Jaguar because she's spilling her tea. But I'm saying these people protected him and never held him accountable for what he did. And it's not just him. Even the guy that mentored him, nobody stopped the cycle. They kept it going. So it's like, we have to stop that at some point. We have to hold our people accountable. And not even just our people, anybody. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be a deviant, they have to be held to the mat. That's all I want to say. Thank you, T.
All right. Thank you for calling in. He made a lot of great points. Okay, let me go ahead and call on Ben Sipping Slowly. Go ahead and unmute your microphone. I think you're probably going to be our last call. Ooh, try it again. There you go. Unmute your microphone. It muted back up.
Can you hear me now?
I can. How are you?
Hopefully I'm unmuted.
You're good.
So I just wanted to say, as far as
you gotta mute your background.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry. As far as the Diddy thing goes, I missed my audition for Making the Win, and seeing everything that I'm seeing now makes me grateful that I missed it, because I didn't think that it would be.
You're saying you were supposed to be on Making the Band?
Yeah, I missed my audition for Making the Band.
Oh, yeah. You missed your audition. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rejection is protection.
That part. And that's why when you said that, I was like, oh, snap. So my question I want to pose is, now that Diddy's been caught, who do you think he's made his successor? Because you know how in all in the movies where the villain, gets caught, but they always have a successor that's more unhinged than they are. Like, who do you think that he's groomed for that position? You feel what I'm saying? Because like there's always somebody more evil than the last person, and there's got to be a balance in between. So I mean,
I think he was grooming his sons for that position. I think, from what the indictments that Little Rod said. Remember in the lawsuit, Little Rod said that Justin's job was to bring underage girls to the parties because you figure. I mean, remember at one point Justin was dating Lori Harvey, and then Diddy got with Lori Harvey.
That part. Okay, so that's my other question. Has anybody connected the dots yet? How they got Diddy, now the mayor, first, and then they did the raids. They caught all the police henchmen. Then they caught the mayor afterwards. But it's like, is anybody connecting the dots yet? Because Diddy had the key to the city. He got away with a lot of shit. Like, it all adds up. That's all I'm saying. But I know you got to get to more people, and I'm not trying to ref you to death. I love you, Queen. Thank you for the space.
Definitely. Love you too. Thank you for calling in. Okay, we're going to take, because it's about to hit 2 hours, so we're going to take one last call. Let me go ahead and bring on Y2K Confidential.
Hi, T. Can you hear me?
I can. Hello.
Hi. Okay. Thanks for having me on. Love your platform as always.
Thank you.
One thing that I wanted to say is, when a man chooses his wife, he's choosing a representation of himself, and it's supposed to be his greater half and his better half that he presents to the world. So other men can look at him and think as highly of him as that woman carries herself. So I don't know why Cardi is crashing out. I don't know what's going on in the Cardi camp, in the Cardi household on a personal level. Mm-hmm. She should have known by the way she's presented herself on TV, on social media, on Twitter, the whole gambit, that who she presented herself as and how she's carried herself does not attract or yield a loving, faithful, honoring husband. That's all I can say about that, because for her to be like just so gone right now over whatever transpired between her and Offset, I can't fathom it. I can't fathom how she thought he respected her, how she thought he valued her as more than a baby mom. It was really, it wasn't funny, but it was sad, and I just had to like almost take it with a little bit of humor when he said, like, I got you had my baby, or whatever he said about had my baby, I baby mommed you. I'm like, well, that's kind of par for the course. When you go on TV and it's ratchet and it's kiki and funny, views and clicks and likes will not keep you warm at night when you're home by yourself. That's not what makes a strong family unit. So we as women have to always remember how we're carrying ourselves, even when we're just going up to the Target and they don't have what we need. And, we're not looking for anyone, so we think no one's looking at us. No, they're always looking. They're very visual, and they're making judgments about how they would treat us accordingly to how we present ourselves. As far as Diddy,
well, now let me ask you real quick too, yes, because some people are saying in the chat, that they're agreeing, but then other people are disagreeing. Well, what about the men too? Because is how they carry themselves, did that play a role? Like, as far as your opinion, as far as like, these, like some of these men, they want queens. They want, I want a woman who'll cook and clean and do all the wifely duties. But then it's like, you bring nothing to the table but dust and dick. I'm sorry.
I love you. Like that last comment said, I love you down, T.
Does it work both ways? That's all I'm asking.
As far as the men, I'm not looking at the chat right now because I have the phone up to my ear.
No, you're good.
But principally, I get what y'all are saying. Doesn't it go both ways? Doesn't it go both ways? Mm-hmm. Yes and no. We are the fairer sex as women. Like the other caller said, a couple callers prior, we are the ones that create. Men are not in the image of God. Women are in the image of God. Women create life. Women birth life into the world. You know, we're not the same. So yes, you should 100% vet and make sure that the man that you're choosing represents you in the way that you want to be perceived by the world. But when he does his dog business and he doesn't live up to what you thought he ought to live up to, that doesn't detract from you as a woman. You know what I mean? As girls, like when our homegirl, her man is acting up, we don't think less of her. We comfort her. We rally around her. We tell her she's better. She doesn't deserve that. This is what she can have in a man. You don't need to settle for this anymore that you've been dealing with. And it's very, very different when a man, and I'm talking maybe as an example about hoe behavior. When a man is exhibiting hoe behavior in his marriage, the women around you, unless they're haters and they're not your real friend, they don't look down at you for that. We know it's not because you're not giving it up enough. We know it's not because you're not holding it down enough. You're not keeping yourself together enough. We know you're doing all those things and he just has something within himself that he can't get it together.
Okay.
Doing that whole ratchet shit, he can't go to his boys and have respect. They will never respect him. And even if they play pretend like they do, they don't. And he knows that. It's his token piece. It's his trophy. Every woman is a trophy to the man she's partnered with. Who you are as a woman says what place he's in. So you can be a first place trophy. I'm not saying that if he doesn't treat you like one, that you're not that. Because we know what class and ratchet, we know the difference. But I'm just saying, Cardi was not coming correct like she was a first place trophy. She was coming like participation trophy. As long as you participate in the game, you get somebody. And that's the kind of somebody she attracted also. So I get what y'all are saying, but ladies, we do have a higher standard because we are, the fairer sex. We are capable of so much more. So I hope that answers it a little bit. Just, always hold yourself. You deserve to look in the mirror and be proud and not be thinking like looking down on how you've presented yourself. You deserve to tell your daughter to be like you. You deserve not to have to tell your daughter, don't be like me, because I was on one and I didn't know how to act correct when I stepped out. Just think about it like that, I guess.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, can I say one thing about Diddy and
real quick.
Adams? Real quick. Okay. I'm from DC, born and raised. Whew. These politicians are shaking in their boots. I know y'all think Jay-Z is scared, Drake is scared. Well, Drake's already been finished, but I know y'all think a lot of other entertainment type people are scared. No. These politicians and these bureaucrats are the ones who's really, really scared. Like you said, when Hollywood and the movie and TV industry was going through their Me Too moment, and music stayed quiet because music didn't want anybody shining the spotlight over on them. I'm telling you right now, on everything I know, DC is scared as fuck because it's degenerate. It's slime. Anybody who's in the chat, if you're from here or you've lived here at any point in time, you know how Diddy and them get down is Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 in DC. They're not good people. They're not nice. They're clean cut and they know how to put on a suit and keep their hair neat and have that briefcase and their degrees, but it ain't nothing nice. So as far as
we got to move on to the next caller, sis. Thank you for calling in, though. You made some good points.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, let's see here. We have a Zoom user. She don't have her name up, though. Hey.
Is that me?
Yes. Did you want to say something?
I don't agree. I feel like, I understand that her look was what it was, but like one of the persons said, we all human. You feel me? I just respect that she did what she did. She did it how she wanted to do it. And on her terms. Like, what's wrong with that? I don't get it.
Okay.
Like, what's the big issue? You know what I'm saying? She gotta hold herself accountable for that. She gotta live with that at the end of the day. Now, as far as the Diddy issue, That is so deep. It's just I don't even know what to say about that part. It's just I want to see how it's going to turn out. I can't wait to see the outcome, and I feel like they need to bring J Lo up, and she should be held accountable for her actions because I don't feel like that was right.
Yeah, J-Lo definitely need to go to jail for that shooting because she lied to the grand jury.
Yeah, yes. Somebody needs to bring. Yes, they need to subpoena her. But we're gonna see how it all turn out. And I ain't gonna take too much time because there's mad people in here, and I want everybody to be able to get a chance to say a little bit of something.
Okay.
So yeah, I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
I love you too.
Love you too. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take one more. Let's see here. Gemini Duchess. Yeah, because we're already at the 2-hour mark.
Hello.
Hi.
Yay. Okay. So I'll say quick. I'm going to speak on Eric Adams because he needs to go to jail for the stop and frisk. He tried to bring that back. And now look at you getting stopped and frisked. Yeah. How about that? He's just like all them other, like New York. I don't know what's going on with New York politics right now, but that Senator Menendez, he had gold bars from Egypt. So like they are paying these politicians locally from local, which mayor, all the way up to senator, that's federal. So y'all need to get out there and vote. Vote locally and vote federally. Locally is your state house, your state representatives. You need to focus your mayor, your city council. Focus on that because that is what builds to the federal. But yeah, lock him up because he probably got some gold bars hiding somewhere too. I don't understand, and it's Turkey, Egypt, all these other like Eastern countries. It's crazy. So yeah, and what she DMV girl, what she was saying, down and true because I used to make good money out there. But anyways, that's another story. But yes, DMV, the bureaucrats, all of it, all the politicians is going down and it's bigger and it's a lot to do with greed. So please vote. Vote for your local. If you don't care about federal, vote for your local, vote for your state. Your state, that's where you live. That's where you put your head down. That's where you work. Focus
that's what affects you the most.
All righty, later.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so we've had a lot of really good calls. So let me go ahead and come back on the screen here. So thank you to everybody who called in. I'm glad we were able to do this. And it went off without a hitch. We were able to hear everybody, so it sounded really, really good. So we'll definitely do more of these in the future. So let me go ahead. I'm going to end this right now, but thank you guys so much. So before I go, let me just go ahead and read some of these last few super chats and messages here. So give me just a second. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hold up. Somebody said they are manifesting my Suge Knight interview. Y'all really want me to interview with Suge Knight, huh? I would love to. I just feel like he was saying a lot of stuff, and because Chris Cuomo he's not a hip hop head. You know what I'm saying? He's somebody who's trying to like get into the tea because I've been watching a lot of these white outlets, like the mainstream ones, cover this Diddy situation. And they're acting like this is brand new tea. Like now they're like, oh my gosh, we recently found videos of Justin Bieber and he looks so uncomfortable with Diddy. Us in the black commentary space have been talking about this for years. And so like everything they're talking about, they're acting like they're so surprised by it. And I hate that. It just doesn't come off genuine. So I just really wish like he would have like did better with that interview. He let like a lot of Easter eggs that Suge Knight was dropping. He was letting it fly past his head. So yeah, maybe one day we'll speak it into existence. Forever Your Leo sent $4.99 says, hey T, have you seen the new Zoe Kravitz movie Blink Twice? I think it definitely explores a lot of what's going on in these powerful men parties. I have been hearing about Blink Twice like over and over. I have not watched it. Where is it at? Is it on Netflix? Because I keep hearing people talking about it, but I have not seen it at all. So, but it does sound interesting. Let's see here. Jesus Loves Gabriel sent $4.99 says, today I got time cuz finally caught her live. I will watch the playback. I love that pink on you. I'm at the 80s disco. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thanks for tapping in. So where is it? Is it in the movie theater? Is it on Tubi? Oh, somebody said it's on Prime. I want to watch it. I didn't know if it was on Tubi or where was it. I keep hearing about it. It's on Prime. I do have Amazon Prime. Okay, so I'll be able to watch it then. I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't have Apple TV. I heard they be scamming. Steffi Steffson 49.99 says Diddy's attorney used to work for the Manhattan DA and for the U.S. Attorney's Office. Makes you wonder if there is more to this. The man just acts silly. Also feels like karma for Shine. Yeah, Shine did what he did 10 years for a crime that he didn't commit, and there's no way for him to get those years back. So, I feel like all the people that Diddy did wrong over the years, it's kind of like their own, their own mini justice, but we're not going to know anything until like the final hammer comes down, which is probably going to be a year or two from now. But yeah, his attorney's just goofy. I feel like at this point he's just clout chasing. That's how I feel about his attorney. Let's see here. For the sake of Haiti, Sanfai says, do this mayor know how many leaders, especially in Latin America, U.S. murder over doing business with Turkey? Asks the former Haitian president. Ooh-wee. So you're saying this goes super duper deep, huh? Yeah, he was definitely in bed. Some people are saying that the things that he was doing is giving them spy vibes, like he was spying for Turkey. The fact that he was allowing like the Turkey government into the U.S. through his politics in New York, which is one of the biggest cities in America. It says a lot. So, he was out there. He was responding to some of this with a bunch of he had like a bunch of his peoples screaming and yelling on his behalf. I don't know. But I know the FBI, they're not going to pounce unless they have a solid case. So they definitely found something on him. Let me see here. Drea Mel says, girl, I read that one earlier. I might have missed a few. I'm trying to go back. Miss Melanated said, don't put the blame on women. He married her. I think she thought he valued her. Okay, y'all talking about the Cardi B and Offset situation. Definitely. Coach MYC Divine says, Lovelyti, I made my physical therapy today. He said he wanted the Diddy tea and I sent him to you. Are you talking about your physical okay, you're saying you made your physical therapy teacher a tea sipper today. Okay. Looks like autocorrect was like rechanging your words. Well, thank you for making him a tea sipper. I appreciate you. So thank you for the super chat. Mimi sent $39.99 and Zarmoney says, I'm Jenny with the Glock. Arrest that lady. Yeah, I think a lot of people are ready to see Jennifer Lopez get her come up in. She's another nasty person who has treated people just disgusting over the years. I think her and Diddy are one and the same. And I think that, the fact that she did lie to the grand jury, that they should come back and they should, hold her accountable for that. If that was a regular person, you see Little Kim back in the day when she lied to the grand jury, she got a year in prison. So now that it's coming out that J-Lo lied, they should go back and reopen her case. Let that black woman who got shot in the face, let her get justice. Because for so long, people called her a liar, said that, she didn't see what she saw. And now we're finding out that Diddy paid a lot of those people off. So it's going to be very interesting. But this has been a good stream. We were on here for over 2 hours. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Thank you to everybody who called in and, put in their input as well. I really appreciate it. So everybody have a good night. And I'll be back with more tea this weekend. I'll keep y'all on top of anything else, concerning Diddy or whatever ends up breaking. So thank you guys. Love you guys. Have a good night.